Hello, everybody. Happy Monday night. It is Championship football watch-along time. We've had an entire round across the weekend. We've got one game left over, that being Swansea versus Rotherham, that we are about to watch along. And I would love to do that with you guys in the chat. If you are watching tonight, even if you're not, please get involved in the debate on this game we've got tonight, and of course, how your team got on over the weekend and how things might have moved in whichever division your team plays in. Do say hello straight away in the chat. We'll read as many as we can out. Ewan, welcome. Christopher, Nat, get involved in there. Get things moving. We'll have a look at the state of play for these two teams, Swansea and Rotherham, of course, what can happen tonight, and just the general state in the Championship. We are, most people call the run-in the last 10 games. We are closing in on the run-in. It's kind of crept up weirdly this season with the World Cup and all of that shenanigans. But there we go. James, saw you walking down the side of the Elton stand. Knew we'd win. There you go. Whenever I go to Watford, they win, apparently. I've been lucky charms at various clubs, but great stuff. James, what else have we got here? Tom, welcome to you. Riley, Swansea to lose. He says, get your predictions in as well. Dave, welcome to you, good sir. So, Swansea versus Rotherham. And first thing I need you all to do is look at the amount of L's on the end of the form table. This is a big chance for Rotherham tonight. Everybody has lost. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4 below them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 above them. Obviously, Swansea are one of them, so that could flip. But were Rotherham to win, they would be the only green W in the entire bottom 10, basically, of the Championship. So big chance for Rotherham. Back-to-back wins now at this time of the season would be amazing. Look at that. They would jump to 39. They would go above QPR on goal difference. But the most important thing, look at the line, 22, Huddersfield 31. 9-point gap. Teams down the bottom don't make up 9-point gaps very often. So I might have to revise my opinions, because I did tip Rotherham to make the drop just a few days ago on the channel. A win tonight would really, after this weekend of everyone losing, be the perfect round for Rotherham. Swansea huffed and puffed. Problems, weren't they, with Russ Martin and the higher-ups and the transfer window? He's still there. Still think he's a good manager. Not quite going the way he wants. You can see 4 defeats and 5 on the form guide, but they can move themselves up into the top half. You can see Swans there in 15th. Could jump above Preston. Nice jump, that 1, 2, 3, 4 places into the top half, on to 45 points with 12 games to go. Can they get them over 60 if they have a good finish for the season and maybe look towards that top 10? That's got to be the way. Obviously, if they lose, then they are going to be marooned still in the middle of that bottom half of the table. We'll have a look at the teams in a sec. Let's go for some comments here. What do we got? Rich is going to be joining us with the Patreon, guys. That's Blue Mondays. Rich, festive. There we go. I always get accused of wearing Christmas jumpers and Halloween jumpers out of season. If you are on Patreon, do join us at half time as well. Rich from Blue Monday is going to pop in and give us his views on the game. The link is in the WhatsApp group, or if you have a word, you've got to be in the Patreon though. There is a vetting process here. I do value my YouTube channel. Nat, the business end of the season, that is exactly what it is. Draw, says Ewan. Emma, first timer, welcome along. Benjamin, just recap anyone of the draw they've got. I have no idea what happened in that, so you can do that in the chat if you want. Will, must win for us tonight. That's from a Swans perspective. Dallas, welcome. What else have we got here? Jeff in from New Zealand, welcome all the way down under. Ian, our Rotherham expert for what we're about to receive. Yeah, there we go. Really potentially big night for Rotherham. Can they get that win? Their chances of survival go up exponentially, I think, if that's 9 points and they've got those back-to-back wins. Will, you're doing my job for me. Looks like Swans going to a back three. I think that's Will saying, hurry up, get on with the teams, which we had better do, hadn't we? So let's head over to FootMob, who are normally pretty sort of reliable with this. There is your Swansea team on the left. In goal, Andrew Fisher. He's Russ Martin's guy, and he brought over from MK, a goalkeeper with good feet, as it tends to be the want today. Joel Latibodiere, that's a Steve Cooper player, if ever I saw one. Left centre back. He's played all over the place for Swansea, hasn't he? Nathan Wood. Wasn't that Nathan Wood Gordon at one point? Ex of Middlesbrough, a young looking back three. And the excellent, he's excellent when I see him play, Ben Cabango. So look, 20, 23 and 22 across the back there. The wing backs, Matt Sorinola, who I believe was also at MK, wasn't he? Maybe might have missed Russ Martin there. I could be wrong about that. Ryan Manning, who I believe is out of contract and will be leaving Swans, whether we heard that before from Ryan Manning, at the end of the season. As ever with our teams, let me know who you are looking forward to seeing play. I've got to keep drinking with my throat the way it is at the moment. Very high caliber central midfield here. Matt Grimes, who's always right up the top of the ball circulating stats and pass completion, etc. in the Championship. Helps the way Swansea play, but he's very good looking after the ball. And he is the master at looking after the ball. Joe Allen, who used to do that in Swansea's rise up to the Premier League. I mean, very good passes, but can you get about that midfield too? I wonder if you're Rotherham, you're going to try. Off the front, Ollie Cooper to the left. Joel Pirro, we think, to the right. And what about it? Look, Morgan Whittaker. We all think he wanted to go to Plymouth. He was on loan there, doing very well. The noises we were hearing, he didn't want to go back to Swansea, but here he is. He actually scored in the last game as well. And it looks like he's going to be leading the line if FootMob's positions. All right, let me know who you're looking forward to seeing play for the Swans. There's the bench there. Cullen, Fulton, Walsh, Cundall, Nisham, Darling, and Sundergaard. For Rotherham, the Millers. In goal, the excellent Victor Johansson, good keeper. He's worth a lot of points to Rotherham. I think Lee Peltier, you can still find him. Was he on the coaching staff? Maybe. Pass. Playing at right back. He certainly was somewhere. Bailey Wright, we think, inside him at centre half. With Cameron Humphreys, the left-sided centre back. And on loan from Leeds is Leo Hjelde, only 19 years old. Decent quality in this midfield. Ogbene, very good numbers this season. He's got plenty of goal contributions. He will arrive and he can finish, as he's shown many times. There is Connor Coventry in central midfield with possibly Tariq Fosu, who tends to be more in a sort of wing position when we're seeing him at Brentford. But we shall see. The GPS will pick everything up. That is Shane Ferguson down the left, former Millwall player there. We think Ollie Rathbone, who also scored actually in the last game, is going to play off what is, I think, a decent signing for Rotherham. Jordan Hugill, good size, good Championship experience, good match for this team. I think Hugill came in from Norwich in the January window. On the bench, Washington, Kelly, Bramall, Dauphin, Lindsay, Harding, and Vickers. Let me know what you think in terms of the two sides, who you're looking forward to seeing play, and get your predictions in. How do you see this one panning out? We'll get all that done, and then we can do this through the first half. Let me know how your side got on over the weekend. While you're here, I'm going to comments in a sec, I promise. Hit the thumbs up button. It really helps us out on all the rankings and everything on YouTube. Hopefully, we can make some new friends and bring some new people into the chat here. Right. Let's have a look at the comments. Riley, anyone here Chelsea fans? Shout if you're a Chelsea fan in the chat. We normally get one of every team, don't we? So it's likely. Lewis, do you think Wednesday are going up, Ben? I think right now, and I change my mind every week, I think Wednesday are champions. Not only are they going up, I think We'll see if Plymouth can keep up that home record, but I think it might be Wednesday, and then maybe a bit of a bun fight. You can't discount Bolton and Barnsley now. Derby dropped off a little bit, and I'm not even going to comment on Ipswich. Ian, surprised to see Grant Hall omitted, but he is 35. His minutes have got to be managed. Ryan Manning thinks he's from. Ryan Manning's a decent player, Dave. There has been some, obviously, issues at the end of a couple of his contracts now, and maybe if you believe the no smoke without fire kind of cliche, there might be something in what Dave's saying. Ewan, Swans, the only clubs who've played in the Football League as a town and a city. There you go, didn't know that. Ben, welcome to you. Brad, do you think a mid-table finish a good result for Hull, considering say yes, I absolutely do, and I like the manager now. I trust this a lot more with Liam Rossini calming Mr. Ilachali, the owner, down. I would suggest. Ian, Peltier was joint caretaker. Oh, interesting. Okay, yeah, that was what I thought it was. Manish, always good with his predictions. 2-0 Rotherham, so keep an eye on that one. 1-1 says, Ben, excited to see his boy Hjelde. Yep. Lone Watch is alive and well. Will, I would have played a back four, bought in Fulton for Latibodia just for some more in the middle of the pitch. Fair comment, isn't it? Rotherham will try and turn that to dust if they've still got the Paul Warne skill set going there. His central midfielders were very hard to play against. John, is it possible both could lose, John? That is not possible. So he obviously wants to draw, then get those points out of the league table from his Birmingham perspective. Ben, my side finally got a win against Southampton. Yes, not before time for poor old Leeds. Ian, I'll take a point now. Oh, Ian, come on. The door is wide open. Get that win, Rotherham. And it's a 9-point. Obviously, a point will be, they've still made ground. Ian's right. They've still made ground. But sometimes when football presents you an opportunity, go take it if you're Rotherham. We've seen a couple of handy away performances at Stoke and at Sheffield United where they've still got that durability left over from the Paul Warne days, Rotherham, haven't they? Where they can go away and be a very stubborn side and get points you didn't think they were going to get. A Desmond for Dave. What else we got? Rich, interested to see Morgan Whittaker. On paper, Swansea should win this, but soon enough at Rotherham. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no mugs, absolutely. Jack, thoughts on Luton v Millwall tomorrow? Jack, it was a flip of a coin here. I spoke to HQ. I said, my darling, do you want me to do a watch along on Monday night or can I go to Luton on Tuesday night? She said, you're doing a watch along on Monday night. So I won't be at Luton Millwall tomorrow. I would love to go. It's going to tell us a lot about either of those sides win that game. And you're kind of thinking, okay, this looks like, smells like playoffs, doesn't it? So that'll be a draw then, won't it? We'll quickly get through. Teams are out and we've got about 2 minutes to kick off. Let's try and rattle through these. Who do you want to win the Premier League and Championship? Who do I want to win? Well, look, Burnley are going to win the Championship, so there's no ifs, wants about it. I would quite like to see Arsenal win the Premier League on the basis that it would be interesting. What do we got? I think the Hull manager is class. He's decent, isn't he? Nat, Wednesday, starting to believe, but won't celebrate till it's done. Yeah, absolutely. Do I think Burnley can beat the 106-point record? I'm going to say no, Tyler, right now, because it's so difficult and they might have a little slip off. Like, we're expecting Fulham to get 100 points, 100 goals last season. They didn't get the points, did they? But look, if they can bang out, say, what do you reckon? 4 wins in the next 5, I'm going to start to believe it's just so, that record of Readings is just absurdly good, isn't it? Right, what else have we got? Lewis, we can get 7 points out of Barnsley, Peterborough and Bolton. We are playing saying, yeah. I think you're going to be all right, Lewis. I think you are going to be all right. QPR, another loss, 3 goals conceded. Well, give Gareth Ainsworth some time there. I think you will see a little bit of a change here. What do you think to Estupinian? Yes, strange. Mega start to the season, wasn't it? I don't know what to make of him, honestly. Are we ready for 98 possession for Swans? Yeah, 98 possession and then Rotherham take the lead, right? Grimes have to admit, quality players surprise Premier League. Yeah, I wonder why that is, John. I wonder why that is. He always looks good. Right, guys, thank you for all of your comments. We will, do you know what? I'll get onto them a little bit. We just get a feel for the game. I will scroll back up and read some more. Make sure you have hit the thumbs up button. We're just going to get into the game. If you're in the Patreon WhatsApp chat, the link is in there. Do get involved and I'll click you in at half time. And I think Rich from Blue Monday is going to join us as well. Really enjoyed the other night. And Mike, the Fulham fan, called both Marco Silva's substitutions and then Fulham went and got back in the game. So the bar is high for insight, guys. Right, let me bang through teams one more time and then we are going for it. Give me your opinions as the game goes on. We want to hear from you. Russ Martin looks a lot more relaxed. Let's just say, look, there's referee Stroud is our fourth official. I think it's referee Ward before anybody asks me actually taking the game. So we're about to kick off. Rotherham players are taking the knee. Swans players applaud. In goal for Swansea, Fisher, it's Cabango, Woodlatter, Bodier, Manning, Sorinola, Grimes, Allen, Piru, Cooper, and Whittaker. We've kicked off for Rotherham, Johansson, Peltier, Wright, Humphrey, Shelder, Ogbene, Coventry, Fosu, Ferguson, Rathbone playing off Jordan Hugill. We will try and get you a timestamp after about a minute. I'm watching on Sky Sports Football Live HD. If I am a little bit ahead of you, which might be if you're watching on Now TV or on Sky Go on a smart TV, or by whatever nefarious means you may be accessing this game, then just pause me. Do remember the chat will still go in real time. So I wouldn't recommend closing the chat down, but look out for spoilers as here comes Rathbone. Won it high up. Rathbone, nice little knock off. Oh, Bene, can he get the shot off? Yes, he can. Oh, he's hit the post. What a start by Rotherham. So close to taking the lead. They're still on the attack here. Hilda trying to get down the side. Oh, the keeper was done there. I thought Ogbene had held onto that for too long. I thought he needed to shoot earlier. Good play by Rathbone. It's a great strike, isn't it? I think, who's five? Cabango should head it clear. Kind of ducks under it. That's so unlucky. Keeper's done. Hits the outside of the post. Rotherham hit the post within 45 seconds of this one. Corner to the Millers. It's taken short. Can they get the nice new trajectory on the delivery? In it comes, near post, headed away by Allen and volleyed clear. Great start by Rotherham, who, if you were going to write a Rotherham goal in this, it would be high press, 2/3 of the way up the pitch, go, attack, and maybe Ogbene on the end of it. And that's exactly what we saw. He's unlucky. He does a lot right with that shot. Just can't squeeze it inside the post. Unlucky, says I. And we'll go and see what the chat says. What do we got? Should do a poll on which team the chat was. We'll do a roll call, actually. Jay, I hate to be biased. Yeah, we've had another Birmingham fan in, Jay, saying, who do you want it? Rotherham on the front foot. Go for it. They have done. Lulu, hey, Ben and Restream, you're very, very welcome. What else have we got in the chat? Rathbone is Stephen Hunt reincarnated. Yeah. I don't think Burnley will get 100 points when you're top. Well, that's what happened to Fulham, isn't it? We thought they're guaranteed to get 100 points, and they just got their flip-flops on, didn't they? And I think they got, I don't know, something like 4 points out of 5 games or something at one point and went off the boil. Do I have a score prediction for Bristol City versus Man City? That is in the Cup. Is that tomorrow or is it Wednesday? Good luck, Bristol City, flying the flag for the EFL. More hope than expectation. I'll go with Bristol City, but yeah, it'll be difficult, let's just say. Keep your comments coming. Great start for Rotherham. Could have taken the lead. Ogbene, unlucky not to score there. 45 seconds in. Swans haven't really got hold of it. They have now Grimes to Latter Bodier. Sorinola into Pirro. Cabango. Camera is on Ryan Manning. Not entirely sure why. We'll figure that out in a minute. Lovely pass by Manning into Cooper. Cooper driving now. Needs closing down. Cooper hits the shot straight at Johansson in goal. I wonder if we've just got maybe a different shape than we were expecting if they've gone close up there on Ryan Manning. What I can see is Sorinola is kind of on the left wing, and we're expecting him to play right wing back. So we will figure it out as we go. It is a back three, but yeah, Sorinola is certainly not playing right wing back. To be honest, Pirro looks further forward than Whittaker, who we thought might be leading the line as well. So we'll keep an eye on this Swansea shape, which is either different than we expected or has changed since kickoff. Yeah, Sorinola is very high on the left-hand side. I wonder if it's just going to be a back four then, because there appears to be no obvious right wing back. We'll see where Latabodier ends up. He's always all over the shop. Yeah, Sorinola's right up. I mean, to be fair, we have seen Russ Martin's wing backs play miles up the pitch, so it could be that he is playing wing back and he's been told to get very high. Russell, evening, sir. Good opening attack from Rotherham. Very good indeed. Joe Allen, 600 professional appearances. Tremendous work. Games tomorrow. Heading for a sold out. It's going to be fantastic. Good luck, any Bristol City fans, if we've got any in. Just brilliant tie. I hope they can win it. It'd be amazing if they can get the win. To beat Man United back there, I'm going to guess the year 2018, possibly. If it was before Christmas. I know it was that season. Cooper tries to win that. It's just cleared down the channel. Looking for Ogbene. Yeah, Ryan Manning is definitely in the left back area. Where is Joel Latabodier? I wonder if this is actually a back four. He does seem to be in a right back position. But there would, yeah. I think this might be more a 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1 type thing from Swansea. So apologies. Yeah, there you go, Will. Playing a back four with Sorinola and Whittaker on the wings. I think I just reached that realisation, Will. We were expecting a back three. It's not, is it? So Manning's playing left back. Latabodier is playing right back. And yeah, as Will says in the chat, you've got Sorinola inside left, Whittaker inside right. Cooper is 10 and Pirro is up top. So apologies. We'll blame Footmob. Didn't quite have the right shape there, but I think we've got it. Will, thanks for your heads up, fella, in the chat. Any news on future opponents for the prediction? Is it all a secret now? Let me know. Who do you want? Who do you want to see come on the prediction show? Can anyone dethrone Matt Holland, who is just unfortunately good at everything? Come on, Bristol City. Got to win Man City Wednesday. RUFC. Rotherham deserved the win. Unbiased. RUFC. We question the credibility when if you've got the badge as your profile picture or in your name. Yeah. Ogbene draws the foul. It's a silly tackle that by Sorinola. He's the wrong side. Ogbene knows he's coming. It's clever from Ogbene, actually. Just waits for the hit. Knows he's going to win a free kick. And it's in a very good position. Russell expected a win. Yeah, great win for Barnsley. Gareth Ainsworth seems like a great guy. I take people as I find them. And my opinion is he's a great guy. I know my Sheffield United friends still unhappy with a tackle on Dane Whitehouse 100 years ago, but I take him as I find him. Chris, what am I drinking? I'm drinking herbal tea. Although I did want, my missus has started listening to this podcast where they drink, it's the Queen's favourite drink. It's gin, dry gin, and Dubonnet, which is like a fortified wine, like port. And you mix it, it's pure alcohol, basically, with a couple of ice cubes. And I slept like a baby last night. I wanted one of them, but that got overruled. Free kick taken by Ferguson into the wall with the left foot. In it goes. Harry, Victor Gyökeres is the GOAT. Well, maybe read my tribal football column when it comes out tomorrow, Harry, because he might be my player of the round, allegedly. Who do I think going down from League One and League Two? Oh, it's too many there. Well, League One, Forest Green are goners, aren't they? And it would just be a bun fight for the other three. Going down from League Two, the ones that didn't spend, although Crawley could go, couldn't they? Even though they've got maybe a higher ceiling, but you think it'd probably end up being Hartlepool and Rochdale, wouldn't you? Given Colchester and Gillingham have just blasted away. maybe Harrogate could get sucked in. There we go. Darren, Miller's expectations are high for tonight. Would take a point. Such a good opportunity for Rotherham tonight. Could have taken the lead in 45 seconds. Ogbene, unlucky, hit the post with a lovely curling left foot shot. Jamie will definitely get Mackie on. He'll be good value, although he'll just mock me for the entire thing. Ben H, I'll have to have a word with Ben because the other Championship lads, Ben and Matt, they do their own predictions, so I don't want them to have to undermine their own predictions. I'd love to have them on. If we don't do predictions for those boys, we'll definitely get them on as well. What have we got? Doesn't sound like my cup of tea. Not a big drink jinker. You'll have to get eventually get. I'd love to get to Turf Moor. It's hard, man. It's a good 4.5 hours in the car, I think, up there from where I'm living. Manning takes the free kick short into Fisher. Swansea, who are known for just having all the ball in their games, can't really get a hold of it. So you'd say Rotherham played this quite well. Swansea's best moment was actually a quick turnover and Cooper running in behind, wasn't it? Never a booking. Yes, there was a booking. So I can't say it was never a booking because it literally, objectively, is the polar opposite of that. But yes, Jordan Hugill did just go in the book. Sorry. Come to Elland Road. Ben, between you, me, and all the people watching and the internet, Leeds Nottingham Forest is in progress. Put it that way. We should be able to get that one done. April the 4th, I think. Could Leeds climb the table? Well, I'd be interested in your guys' take on that, of what Javi Gracia can do for Leeds. I think he just needs to organise it, doesn't he? And get players on side and they'll probably stay up. But let me know your takes. My Watford friends are fairly high on him. So good press by Rotherham. They're really not letting Grimes build the play. Very good press, actually. I'd say Rotherham are edging this on that basis and the fact that Ogbene hit the post. Manning comes forward. And our Leeds fans will know that as the ailing flop just gets ahead and hits the deck there. Grimes tries to dig that out for Cooper. Decent header by Peltier. Cleared up, looking for Hugill, who's jumped into his man. A good referee in there. Racing incident there. Neither player, I think, fouled the other. Love Russell Martin. Tough to play this kind of football when our centre-backs are terrible on the ball. Damning from Will, a Swansea fan. Knows more about it than I do, though, so we'll go with his thoughts. Leeds relegated, says Yossa. I back Dyche over Gracia. I think Everton probably might finish above Leeds, mightn't they? I think we might get out of this. No, it's against Southampton, but Everton can beat Southampton maybe 16-15. Like it. Third is possible, says Russell. 3 games in hand. But yes, eyes are on Barnsley now because they've got those. Did he put the games up there? Yeah, Bolton and Ipswich. If they win those games, they'll become playoff favourites, won't they? Barnsley, and you never know. Keep your eyes on Plymouth. One knock forward to Whittaker, who can't get on there. Ooh, bit of a ropey header back there by young Helder, but it does end up back with the keeper. If you're in Leeds, okay. Maybe we can work that on the way up. Nat. Will Bradshaw make it 3 hat-tricks in 3 televised games this season? When's the next one? Is that tomorrow, Jack? Maybe if it was at the Den, Luton away, I don't think he's going to, but he's certainly on fire at the moment, isn't he? Anybody remember Dean Gore? Yes, because I remember him scoring for Huddersfield in the Marcus Stewart game, his home debut. He was the villain, Dean Gore. He got the equalising goal before Marcus Stewart scored against his old club on his home debut. My all-time favourite player, who we send all our love to with his health problems. Grimes. Wood. Cabango. Knocked in by Latabodia. It's poor. Swansea aren't at it, are they? Yeah. I don't know what the numbers say, but they're probably well below their normal sort of possession levels. Shows how much I know. Still got 62%. They've done nothing with it though, have they? Thus far, must have all been in their own third. The ball is with Latibodio again at right back, who knocks it in to Fisher. Rotherham definitely staying up. Is the Cooper injury going to cost Plymouth automatic promotion? Look, Ralph, if I was objective and didn't support one of the teams chasing Plymouth, I would say I hope not, because they're a damn good club, Plymouth, who've done brilliantly. But it might. And you don't want that to be the case. We're so unlucky if their recruitment's been so good. Their star player is their keeper and they lose him for the run. And you'd hate it to swing on that. But it might. It might. What do we got? 3 teams to go up in Championship, 3 to go down in League One. We'll leave that one with the chat. I'll give you Burnley and Forest Green, but I'm not sticking my neck out there. Slid down the line. Here is Joel Pirro. Sorry, it's Whittaker down the right-hand side. Comes in. Nice reverse ball. Nah, it wasn't actually, was he? Undercooked it, and Hjelde gets in the way. Ferguson, hefty touch. Great tackle by Allen. 2 great tackles by Allen. Really good from the old timer. That is a foul on Whittaker, who gets his body in the way. Not great by Rotherham in the left-back area there. Should have got that out, and Allen manages to win it back. Free kick in a decent position. Callum, evening. Don't know if you do midweek predictions. Thoughts on Preston v Cov? I make commentary favourites, Callum, for that one. Preston fans were a bit grumpy at half-time, losing to Wigan. They did ultimately win the game. Not much in it, is there? I think commentary might just edge it, possibly. Let me know your thoughts in the chat. Right, free kick, which Manning is going to swing in left-footed. Cabango's up. Wood is up. I think Manning's just going to fizz this across the front. It's going to be a 3-step run-up. 2-man wall. Manning hammers it in. Good save, Johansson. Good goalkeeping there. We've praised him many times this season. Decent delivery by Manning. It's one of those where you just smack it at the far post, and if anyone can get a little nick on it, the keeper's done. Or might go in the far corner. Another corner there for Manning. Johan was tempted to go to this game, could not face the stress. Well, we're very happy to have you here instead, which is a non-stress, a stress-free zone. Corner to Swansea. Manning's last set play was good. Can he put another decent one in? Flat one's easy for Johansson, who commands his box. My favourite too, Marcus Stewart. Yes, what a player. Most clubs he played for, I think he's a lot of favourites there. Will Colchester stay up? Absolutely they will. Just need to get the new manager in. Our goal, we're awful defensively at Posh. That does not bode well, does it? Cooper is the best keeper in the league for me. I think I agree. Some good ones. But yeah, I think he's got a very high ceiling. Cooper, the Plymouth keeper, who we wish well. Hugel is dangerous. I prefer Washington. Yeah, Washington's probably got more legs, hasn't he? But I don't know, Hugel, just a little bit more caliber over his career, I think. Fosu carries that out of central midfield down the left. Nice feet by Fosu. Let's come off a Swans player. Needs to play this. Goes home to Fisher, who clears it long. Humphreys knocks that across into central midfield. Coventry. Rotherham keeping the ball at the back. Peltier at right back. Decent press by Swansea. Role reversal here. Good football by Rotherham out to Rathbone. Peltier. Who's got the pass between the lines then? Nobody. They've had to go back home to Johansson. Might have to go a bit more direct than that. Hit Big Hugel. That's what they've done. Although they've turned it over, and it's going to be a throw in to the Millers right on half way. Peltier knocks that one down the line. Grimes gets in the way of Rathbone. Cooper knocks it back in. It's going to go via Wood and Manning home. I thought it wasn't. No, they played it well, actually. Grimes in the pocket, left-hand side. Grimes, a bit of a Hollywood pass that. Just turned it over. Humphreys, who is going to dribble around. Oh, silly ball. That nearly gave it away there. I think he got a bit high, the centre-half then, on skinning his man. Played a very risky ball. And they have given it away there. Ogbene, uncharacteristic miscontrol. Manning clips it into the box. Whittaker chest. Ooh. That one looked a bit soft. Pirro has been pulled up for a foul on right. There's Matt Gill, who fans of Norwich and Ipswich will be familiar with. Gilly, as Mackie calls him. Very highly rated coach. Yeah, Rich, highly rated within the game. I know we didn't see any evidence of much brilliance there, but maybe that was more to do with his boss, but let's say no more. Hugill is a type of striker who's either better in the build-up or in a front two. He's up top on his own today, Lewis, with Rathbone off him. He's going to try and bring those sort of attacking features in the Rotherham midfield and the number 10 into the game, hasn't he? Barnsley to finish fourth. Lewis, Wednesday have Derby, final day of the season. Yes. Derby did send Wednesday down. I think it'll all be done for Wednesday by then. But hey, yeah, they could stick it to Derby properly. I suspect, this sounds boring, I suspect Sheffield Wednesday will already be promoted and Derby will already be guaranteed playoffs by then. So as much as it seems like it might be a mighty game, we might get Derby resting a lot of players, put it that way, in that one. Ogbene down the right. Oh, nice little feed inside to Ferguson. Ferguson nutmeg back to Peltier to Ferguson. Good triangle. Where's the cross? Ogbene's done well. Beats Allen. Excellent from Ogbene. Crosses in. Little header away. This is a recycle by Coventry. This is good from Rotherham. Ferguson. Coventry. Little dink over the top by Coventry looking for Rathbone. And yeah, you're definitely seeing the Matt Taylor parts of Rotherham that didn't really see under Paul Warne. Very good side under Paul Warne, but look, we hear him talk all the time, you know, play direct, make the defenders turn and all that. We didn't see these passages of play that we're seeing now. Anna, who's been the most impressive team in the Championship this season? Sunderland, Luton, Burnley. It's difficult because Burnley are top, but I think given the whole narrative around Company and switching from the dice style, it's hard not to say Burnley, isn't it? Even though you want to try and give a cleverer answer to that. If I could see any player live past the present, who would I like to see? Messi, Maradona. I've seen Ronaldo. Not necessarily his pomp. Maradona, probably. Hugill, I think, has gone down. He's going to pop back up. Game's not going to be stopped. Hugill's back up. It did look suspiciously like a foul. Let's have a look. Yeah, I think he's unlucky not to get a free kick there. Hugill maybe played an advantage. Ogbene carries it down the right. Good spell this for Rotherham this past 3-4 minutes. Been well on top. Best Championship signing this season. Worth. Answer that one in the chat. No loans, though. Full-time signings. There's got to be some free transfer that's absolutely torn it up, hasn't there? Although we all know free transfers aren't really free transfers, are they? Sometimes they cost more than fees, don't they? Throw-in tossed in by Peltier. It all went loose there. Pirro did well to hook it away. Hjelde brings it down. Good composure by him. Ferguson, Coventry, Fosu. In comes the cross from the left. Good defending, I think, by Manning, who gets all the way across from left back. Ogbene. Peltier. Right. Decent ball that if that stays in. Ogbene keeps it in. Good channel ball by Wright. Ogbene knocks it back. Peltier crosses charged down. Probably a reasonable argument on the basis of how many times I've said Ogbene that he's probably the MVP of this game so far. Did hit that shot against the post within 45 seconds. Peltier's got it again. Rotherham have been on top now for a good 5 minutes. Had Swansea chasing shadows, really. But Swans win the ball back, of course, as soon as I say that. Oh, 50-50 there. He's lucky to get away with that. Cabango slides in. Rotherham players hitting the deck left and right. But here comes a counter. Latibodia to Whittaker. Just bumped off the ball out for a throw-in. If it ain't 2-0 by the first half, then she's an easy draw. Nicely put. Sound like some kind of Texan drinking whiskey at the bar. Lucky enough to see Ray Wilkins. What a player. Chris Waddle. Now you're talking my language, aren't you? Yeah, some crackers in there. Hull got Estupinian, Seri and Christie all free. Well, yeah. I'd like to see Seri signing on fee and in salary package, put it that way. So, bit of a Rolls Royce when he fancies it. Barlaser, well, let's see what he does in the remainder of the season. Yeah, can he get those assists for Middlesbrough? John, I'm going to say it how I see it. Swansea looking dreadful. The last 5 minutes, I'll put a more positive spin on that. Last 5 minutes, Rotherham were well on top, weren't they? Saw Carboni play for Wednesday. I think I saw Carboni play for Bradford. In fact, I think I saw him smash one in from miles out for Bradford, actually. What a player. Stan Bowles, beautiful. Too much like George Best. Miss having Joe Road and Mike van der Horn. He was quality, wasn't he? Mike van der Horn once scored no goal against Ipswich and against Norwich. So if you want a good quiz question, the only player to score 4 Ipswich and Norwich in the same season is Swansea's Mike van der Horn. It's what we're here for, this kind of nerdy nonsense, isn't it, hey? Throw in Rotherham. From what you guys are saying in the chat, probably Rotherham need to take advantage of this and try and get themselves in front while they're, while Swansea are a little bit flat, aren't they? We've said what a win could do for Rotherham today. Right now, it looks like it's there for the taking. It's one of those where you say, Swansea aren't going to get worse than this, are they? Peltier tosses another throw in. Rathbone brings it down. Just a bit of a heavy control there. And Cooper clears down the line. It's turned over straight back to Rotherham. Hopefully Sky Sports will put up a last 10 minutes possession because it's all Rotherham, isn't it? Big diag. Horrible ball. Curse of the commentator. Curses aren't real, I know. Cheers, everybody. Let's make another cup of tea. Sorry, you have to hear that noise. Attacking areas. There you go. We said Ogbene was the MVP. 62% of Rotherham's attacking play has gone down Ogbene's side. Saw Stan Bulls as a nipper, QPR at Cov, total rock star, love it. Ben, the owners need to go. Yeah. In the words of Mick McCarthy, yes, it could. I got sent that in a WhatsApp today, Annie. They were like, is this real? And I'm like, yes, it's real. Enjoy these press conferences because it's going to be like this for the rest of the season. Hit your thumbs up button in the chat, guys. Help us out. Chat's on fire, by the way. Love it. We'll be speaking to the Patreon guys. They should all have the link in the WhatsApp group to come into the stream at half time. Rich from Blue Monday should be joining us as well. This is a game. If you're a Rotherham fan, you think, come on, get in front in this first half. There's some points here to be had. Swansea look a bit flat. Swansea surely are going to improve at some point, maybe after half time, but they've not been great so far, have they? Frank Worthington in his white suit. We were having this discussion the other day, and the best goal ever scored against my team, Ipswich. Frank Worthington is always the name that comes up. Kev, what do you think about Millwall's chances of the playoffs? Of the playoffs, they can definitely get in. Yes, it's there for them, isn't it? Parachute team's a bit off the boil. It's there for Luton. It's there for Millwall. It's there for Blackburn, actually, as well. I've not been that impressed with Blackburn until recently. And now you've got to take them seriously as a decent side after a few draws and a win streak again. Well played. Can I talk about movies instead of this game or blues? If you want, John. But yeah, it'd be lovely to chat to you at halftime. Should make a video on what the best Premier League sides look like, excluding the top 6 sides. Nice. God, there was another video idea I saw in here as well. Championship team of the season. Yeah, we will definitely do that, Ben. That's a staple on the channel. We love those. Oh, giveaway by Swansea. Rathbone knocks it back up the line. Peltier crossing position. Oh, decent knock by Peltier. Hugo gets across the near post. Well defended by Swans. Hjelde smashes in the shot over the bar. Rotherham really need to take the lead. They are so on top since about minute 18, 19. Swansea look flat as a pancake, don't they? This is there's 3 points for Rotherham if they can take advantage of this game state while it is the way it is. Hjelde with the volley, half volley there. Just leant back a bit, didn't he? Here's the crossing from Peltier, which is a good knock, wasn't it? Bit floaty, but Cabango gets in there. I think it was more a low head than a high foot. Thank you, Sin Mods, for a £2 super chat. Thank you so much. Really appreciate the support. You can contribute via super chat if you want. Minimum is you've got to hit the thumbs up button, but we really do appreciate Sin Mods. Contrary to what some people think, you don't make a hell of a lot of money out of doing YouTube. I do it for the love of it. I have an 18-month-old baby, and everything you do donate is a real help. What have we got here? Swans are all at sea right now. Bolton or Ipswich in the playoffs. Probably going to see both of them in the playoffs, to be honest. Who are Anthony? Best shot of the game so far. Oh, power mad. You didn't see Ogbene's shot in 45 seconds, did you? Crowd aren't happy. Not surprised. It's not a good performance by Swansea. This Rotherham have been by far the better side since the middle of the half, haven't they? Congrats, mate. You should be proud. Well, thank you, Sin Mods, for your super chat. Really, really kind. And I couldn't be more proud of little Enid. Look on my Instagram on my Twitter for some gooey pictures of Enid. I'll try not to be that parent, but there you go. Didn't know you were an Ipswich fan. Oh, yellow cards come out for Latabodier. I'm an infamous Ipswich fan. Yeah. Like to see Ipswich go up. We don't get nice things, do we? Ipswich have been promoted like once since 1992. So in the book goes Latabodio, free kick. Oh, sorry, was it Sorinola? Who got booked? 22. It's Latabodio, isn't it? Not Sorinola. We'll wait to get that confirmed. So Coventry could swing this out with the right foot. Ferguson could swing it in with the left foot. Favours an in-swinger, does it? No. Coventry pops it across, headed away. Ipswich were in the Championship for a while, weren't they? Just the 17 years, I think. Was it 17? Could this be the end for Russ Martin? Bad news for Swansea. I think he's doing a lot of good actually there, although not really at it tonight, are they? Del Raj, Coventry picked up form. Yes, they have, haven't they? I agree with that. Looking decent. Ben, Plymouth won't be top 3. Derby and Ipswich will overtake them. Interesting. Netflix Drive to Survive is whispering in my ear. I'll stay till half time, John, so we can speak to you on the Patreon. We drew 3-3 with Swans. We 3-0 up as well. Brutal. Every time my mum sees a picture, oh, lovely. Lovely. Latabodio. They changed shape again. Cabango's got it out on the far side. Tries to play it down the line to Sorinola. I think Russ Martin's torn it up, hasn't he? Sorinola's appearing over on the right-hand side now. Maybe he's just swapped those particular. Latabodio looks like he's in central midfield, for goodness sake. I can't keep up with this. Cooper. Into Latabodio. Allen. Latabodio. Yeah, I think they might have gone to a back 3 after all now. Wood. Latabodio. Cabango. Yeah. So after all of that, faffing about, it looks like Swansea are now playing the system we thought that they were going to start the game with. So it looks like they've gone to a back 3 with Sorinola right wing back and Manning left wing back. A slip through. Whittaker is in. And Whittaker does not score. Wow, that would have been brutal for Rotherham, wouldn't it? Been on top for the last 16 minutes. But the best chance of the game has just gone for Morgan Whittaker. He should have scored, shouldn't he? It's a good save by Johansson, but you've got to look in that position. The striker is hot favourite to score that one. Little dink, nutmeg. Could have gone either way as well. Fair dues to the keeper. Can only save what's hit at him, but we haven't seen a replay yet. My first instinct on that is big chance should score. Let's have a look. Allen, nice little help on. Who feeds it through? Pirro. He's onside, isn't he? Oh, he's got loads of time. He's got to score that, Whittaker, hasn't he? Well played, Johansson. Don't know what he's trying there. It's not trying the nutmeg, but he hits it low. Little dink, and it's a definite goal, isn't it? There you go. Corner to Swansea. And it comes left-footed from Manning. Good punch by Johansson. Edge of the box. Joe Allen smashes that one over the crossbar. See you later, Nat. Thanks for joining us. Rotherham, remind me of Leeds. Well on top, they nearly concede. Very true. Try being a Stokey. Win 1, lose 1, draw 2, win 2, lose 3. All over the pace. Saw Swansea in the flesh earlier this season. Latabodio and Sorinola swapped every 30 seconds. A little bit too much tweaking. Too many notes, Mr. Mozart. Manning gets closed down by Peltier. Oh, Benet and Latabodio going at it. Rathbone, don't know what he's trying there. Some kind of little floaty, dinky cross. And here comes Sorinola down the right-hand side. Pirro. Little toe ender away by Kjelda. Throw in Swansea. Don't think I've ever been so disappointed about a wasted corner. Perpetually disappointed watching football, aren't you? Hey? Nice knock out to Manning. Switch of play. Swansea have woken up the last 3 minutes now since that Whittaker chance. Should have taken the lead, really, shouldn't they? Despite being pretty pony for the previous 20 minutes. Grimes. Latabodier. Cooper. Nice feet by Cooper. Tries to draw a foul, but there's nothing there. Well refereed. What's the hardest championship team to predict? Stoke, for me, over the last, 4 years now. Been always getting wrong. Into Whittaker, who is offside. As we come up the 40-minute mark. One of the Swans fans there politely telling the linesman to foxtrot Oscar. We'll see in a minute if that was an appropriate bit of behaviour. It's never appropriate to tell the linesman to foxtrot Oscar, is it? Hey? Only Sky. They're not going to show me the replay. Forward it goes. Long from Rotherham. Ferguson chasing, cleared by Swansea to Pirro. I may be wrong. Swans fans might correct me. But I do prefer Pirro a bit closer to the goal. I know he's a skillful player, but I think he's a good goal scorer in there. And he's kind of out wide and trying to make... He did slip that ball through to Whittaker for the best chance of the game, didn't he? But Allen in the centre circle. Nice ball by Allen to Manning. It's flip-flopped a little bit. Swansea the better side now. Oh, in it goes. Lovely low ball. Chance and driven into the back of the net by Joel Pirro. I will eat my words about his position. It's not the most deserved lead you've ever seen. On the basis of the whole half, Rotherham don't really deserve to be behind. On the basis of the last 5 minutes, Swansea have woken up. And there's two good passes in that build-up. Allen out to the left. And forgive me, I think it might have been Manning. Here we go. Going to see the replay now. Grimes into Allen. This is a nice ball. This one out to Manning. And this one is even better from Manning. Really good ball, actually. It's a great goal by Swansea. Really good goal when you look at it. Rotherham didn't do a hell of a lot wrong, did they? It's a lovely pick out by Manning. And look, I will eat my words because Pirro, if he is playing up top, he doesn't pick up that pocket, does he? And come onto the play. And that's what flummoxed the Rotherham defence there. A well-taken goal. Feel a bit badly for Rotherham, I have to say. Played well for the biggest chunk of the first half. We did say during that, though, didn't we? Swansea aren't really going to get much worse than this, are they? It did feel like kind of low watermark for them. And since that good chance for Morgan Whittaker, they have now taken the lead. It's Swansea 1, Rotherham 0. Clinical, absolutely. Which is better, the game or the chat? Oh, there we go. What have we got? Swansea only waking up in time for Rotherham to go to bed. Hi, Ben. How are you feeling now? I'm feeling good. I feel a bit sorry for Rotherham, who were playing well. But there you go. That's football, right? Grimes, Allen, Pirro, there's real quality at Swans. Why the hell do they struggle so much? And also Vindaloo, all of them played through the lines and played forward and faff about with it then. I don't want to sound like a Luddite old school football fan, but, you know, sometimes just get your head up, play forward, pass forward, run forward, as Joe Royal would say, and go figure. It's a great ball by Manning into Pirro and a good finish. Rotherham didn't do a hell of a lot wrong. It was clinical. As the chat said, Cooper coming down the left, his cross cut out as we come in 1 minute before half time. It's going to break. Whittaker's in there. Good strength by Bailey Wright, and Johansson grabs it. About sums up Rotherham's luck in the Championship. Right. That's the difference when a chance drops to a proper clinical forward. That's very true. And he is. Swans were 1-up against Stoke. 1-up really early in that game, didn't they? Get in Swansea, says Kevin. Uh, 44-30. Why am I seeing referee Stroud on my picture? Who's the fourth official today? The camera loves him. Or does he love the camera? Bit of both. Ogbene wins that back. Oh, it's quality by Ogbene. Goes in between two and wins a corner. He's been a constant threat when Rotherham have kind of been trying to build attacks. Ogbene down the right. I think he's been their best player. Good strength there. And then really nice nice feet. Thought he was going to leave in the summer, Ogbene. Look at that. Inside, outside, USA. Okay, he gets a bit of a lucky bounce. I'll give him that one. But I've enjoyed his performance. Corner Rotherham. And it comes from Ferguson. Oh, it's recycled at the back post. Big diving header there. Who's that? Bailey Wright. Nobody in the middle to just nod it in to the goal. Quick throw in. Oh, dear. Hjelde has it pinged back to him and they've given away a nice little chance to build some territory. It's really unlucky from Wright, who does really well to header it back across the goal. Where's Hugel? It's exactly his zone there. To be fair to him, I think he'd gone near post for the corner the first one. Actually inside the goal at that point. So, and there you go. Throwing Swans. We're in stoppage time. 2 minutes of it. We've played 1. Pirro, the goal scorer. Lovely goal, actually. Manning. Cooper. Latabodia. Allen. Manning. Crossing position. Manning picks out Pirro again. Exactly the same as the goal. Pirro. Edge of the box. Pirro tries to return it to Manning. Manning, nice feet. Into the box he goes. Outside of the foot to Pirro. Latabodia. Back to Manning. They are overplaying it now, aren't they? Latabodia. Pirro. Cooper. Pirro goes again. That's the 2-minute stoppage time done. Oh, nice dummy. So many passes in this attack now. Cooper. Need to get a shot off quickly, else the half-time whistle's going to go. Latabodia. And indeed, the half-time whistle does go. If you are one of our patrons and you've got the link from the WhatsApp group, do dive in and we'll bring you up into the stream here half-time. Let us know your views or anything particular you may want to talk about. It's Swansea 1, Rotherham 0. Bring the numbers up and I'll give you my take on the first half and then we'll hear from hopefully some of the Patreon lads. Swansea 60-40 on the possession. 0.58 vs 0.37 on the XG. It feels like one of those games where the stats don't really back up my eye test, I have to say, because my eye test said Rotherham unlucky not to lead early on. Bit of settling, 18, 20 minutes. Rotherham better side for 15 minutes. Swansea switched to back 3, take the lead about 5 minutes after. Let's welcome in Anir from the Patreon. Can you hear me, Anir?
Yes, I can.
There we go. What do you make of it?
I don't know. It felt like a bit of a typical Swansea game. It felt like one, they take time to ease into most games, and it's no different here. I don't think it's helped them with Rotherham kind of doing their normal and kind of sitting in. I think that's what you should do against Swansea. But yeah, the goal was against the run of play. there's a bit of momentum, but I don't think Rotherham at this moment have the quality up top, apart from Bene, to take that clinical chance. I think it was John who mentioned in the chat. When you have a clinical striker in Joel Pirro, give him a chance, he will take it. If Joel Pirro was playing for Rotherham would be 2-0 up. Look, it is marginal differences, but that is how the championship goes. And unfortunately for Rotherham, they haven't got that clinical striker who can finish, and Swansea do.
You agree with that, Rich? Well, welcome, Rich, by the way, from the Blue Monday podcast, the excellent Blue Monday podcast, I would have to say. Rotherham needed to score between 18 and 35, didn't they?
Yeah, and that it would have been great if they'd scored straight from the kickoff, wouldn't it? Effort off.
That was
post.
Unlucky, wasn't it?
Yeah, lovely. Yeah, curling finish. Yeah, and I think there was a moment about 37 minutes where Swansea just suddenly clicked into gear. As I put in the
went
chat,
back to that back three, which we thought they were going to play from the start, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think Joe Allen got on the ball, and suddenly it started happening for them. Because I'm not sure Whittaker is kind of a focal point up front for them. I didn't think that was working, and yeah, the ball into Pirro, as you said, is a clinical finish. But yeah, Rotherham, there's just a little bit too much League One-ness about them. That's the kind of the easiest way I can describe it. You know, teams that are really functional, but at championship level, there's that. You can tell Swansea have got this low-key quality about them, the way they play the game, the way they're drilled, and they didn't look massively up for it in the first half an hour, and then suddenly, as I said, the quality players will click into gear, and that's exactly what's happened, isn't it? And it'll be tough for Rotherham now, won't it?
What's your take, John?
I got a feel for Rotherham, really. I mean, they really should have took the lead when they had the chance with all the possession, but yeah, as soon as they changed formation, Swansea just came into the game. I mean, Whittaker's got to score that chance, but you know, Perot does what he does, doesn't he? It's a great finish. But yeah, Rotherham remind me so much of Birmingham. Work hard, but ultimately just fall short in key areas. It kills you at this level.
Annie, what do you? So you're Matt Taylor now. What do you say? Because if Rotherham had taken the lead, it would have suited them, wouldn't it? They could have sat in a little bit more and just tried to sit there and try to pinch the ball off Swansea when they faff about with it at the back. What do you say now? They just got to try and hit Hugill and get Ogbene on the ball.
You go at Swansea, they've got quality in the middle, so they will just ping it around you. And if obviously then Cooper and Pirro can drop, they can help as well. So they will overload you in midfield if you try.
I embarrassed myself with that comment about Pirro 30 seconds before he scored, didn't I?
We'll be there, mate.
It's the exact reason why he doesn't play at number 9.
I don't know what Matt Taylor does. I'm just looking at the bench now, and
it's not much, is there? Connor Washington was the only one.
Well, he's always just been a runner, Connor Washington. But we had a Norwich fan in the chat saying Hugill will appreciate having a mate alongside him, Annie.
Oh yeah, if Hugill works in a front three, because front two.
Oh, tuck Ogbene in, yeah.
Yeah.
I think bloody Fosu front left as well.
Yeah, but I don't know why Tariq Fosu is playing like in a defense, like on SofaScore, it's saying he's playing in a defensive midfield situation when he's not.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
I don't think. For me, I think Rotherham just go with Washington and Hugill. Maybe see how it works out for the first 15 minutes of the second half, and then go with Hugill and Washington. If it's still not working at that point, just chuck Georgie Kelly up top as well, and just go 4 up top with Ogbene, Washington, Hugill. Just
right, Steve
one
McLaren.
Just
everyone forward.
Just sod it. Just put everyone forward. And I think Swansea are fragile when they can be got at. That is definitely true. And with the swapping of systems midway through a game, I think that does show they can be a bit fragile defensively. So yeah, if it doesn't work first 15 minutes of the second half and the first 15 minutes of the subs, just chuck everyone forward.
What do you make of Russ Martin, Rich? I really like him, but he doesn't half overcomplicate it sometimes, does he?
Yeah, is it such a dumb thing to I was thinking this in the first half. This reminds me of watching MK Dons last season at times. Oh yeah, that's why. That had his fingerprints all over it, didn't it? And I guess if I'm a Swansea fan looking at the league position, I'm kind of thinking this is kind of too purist. You know, the intention should be to get promoted, right? And there's a point where pragmatism comes in, and you know that I think people get a little bit tired of the playing out from the back constantly. I think things have evolved a little bit from that, but it's a style of play that I quite like. You know, we've had a different approach, haven't we, at Ipswich for a few years, and that was a bit challenging to watch. But when it's not successful, Ben, it is difficult for the supporters to buy into it. You know, if you're turning teams over, dominating, having 65% possession, creating 5 to 6 key chances a match, I think you can accept it as a blip. But when it's a bit uninspiring, you know, I think Rotherham have got, if they start the second half, they started the first. If they equalise, it could get really uncomfortable there. And I think that's partly what Rotherham need to play off, don't they? Because the fans were getting restless until that tweet partway through the first half. So there's definitely some nervousness about the support that I think Rotherham could exploit.
Welcome, Pete. We'll just go to John and then we'll bring you in, good sir. John, how do you see it? I feel this would have really suited Rotherham if they'd have gone 1-0 up. I'm a bit worried for them now.
I'm not too worried for them yet, because the one thing we found out playing Swansea recently is that set pieces, I don't think they're particularly great at defending set pieces. And I think Rotherham so far in that first half have looked quite dangerous on. And it only takes one corner, one free kick. And I think, like Rich said, if Rotherham do equalise sort of, you know, 15, 20 minutes into that second half, you could see only one winner, if I'm being honest. It's going to be key. Rotherham are just going to need to create some chances. They can't afford to sit back and allow Swansea to dictate possession. They're going to need to start. I mean, I thought the first 10 minutes they closed Swansea down brilliantly, didn't allow them to play out from the back. Swansea were getting quite nervous. I mean, I thought in the first 15 minutes, Swansea didn't quite know whether to pass out from the back or go long. They were going long when they should be playing it short, and they were going short when they should have gone long. So they were getting themselves in a right mess. So always a chance.
Pete, let's bring you in. The lads are feeling a little bit sorry for Rotherham after the middle part of that half. What was your take on it?
I thought Rotherham absolutely superb in terms of the pressing. But the reality of it is that when you press that hard and then you inevitably lose possession, you are likely to get caught on the counter, which is definitely what happened, you know, in that last 10 minutes a couple of times. You know, they could so easily have been 1-0 down 5 minutes before. And when you just throw that much energy into it, can you really keep that going for the full match? Plus also, you know, Swansea in their couple of moves, they were very fast moving the ball, whereas Rotherham, for all their energy, it wasn't quite sort of getting anywhere. I thought Benny was absolutely fantastic throughout the whole of that first half. But, you know, all of his energy wasn't ending up with enough of a result.
We've seen Rotherham a few times this season. If they score that goal in 45 seconds, we've seen them sit in and just keep the clean sheet, I think, against Stoke and Sheffield. Right. They're on an ad break here. I'd imagine there's still a bit of time. So I want to hear a bit of Bristol City, a bit of Ipswich, a bit of Birmingham, a bit of Brentford then. And here, Man City, good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
You excited?
Yeah. We won't win, no chance. I'll take a consolation goal in the 90th minute after they go 3-0 up. Just a good day out, innit? I don't really care about the result. Cardiff away is more important on the Sunday for me.
All right, Nigel Pearson.
Just a real quiz.
How many are you going to be in?
Oh, full house.
So what does it hold there now?
27,000.
Oh, superb.
God, what great owner! What Ashton did great work there, didn't he?
No, don't do this now, please. This is
the hero.
This is good. John will just stir the pot, won't he? Richard, let's move you on. I know we spoke about this obviously at length on the Blue Monday podcast. So we won't go too heavy on Ipswich, but kind of restabilised a little bit past couple of games.
Yeah, I mean, the good thing for us is the clean sheets, actually. It underestimated how important it is, particularly if we're going to concede the only chance we give away to opposition. So, yeah, a good run of games at home against teams we should be on paper beating, build some confidence ahead of the ones that matter. But it's a really interesting situation up the top there. I think, as you said during
Loads
the
of the chat is asking about League One these days as well.
I mean,
Everyone's
it feels like
enjoying it.
Sheffield Wednesday are off into the distance a little bit. Plymouth's result against Peterborough is eye-opening as well. So it's all up for grabs, really. Barnsley are the teams that are worrying me at the moment, really. But yeah, there's enough about us now. We could have probably won by more on Saturday. But yeah, just getting those clean sheets and grinding results out and then build the momentum, Ben.
Well, John, I know, loves talking about EFL charges and potential sanctions. So let's ask him about that.
I knew you were going to ask me about that. Chelsea, Birmingham. Yeah. Where do I start with Birmingham these days? The charges, obviously, that's very linked to what Rochdale got done with. So
yeah, which was a suspended 6-point.
I mean,
penalty,
we're not going to see anything probably this season. Next season might be a bit scary, but as for this season, our next 2 games will define our season. We've got Wigan away Saturday, and then the following weekend we've got Rotherham. So if we got to take minimum of 4 points out of those 2 games, if we continue the form we're currently on, it suggests we'll probably lose both of those, and then I don't want to think about it. So
not good. And Peter, I'm going to be your guest next Monday for Brentford v Fulham. What am I expecting to see?
I don't know, but if we go back to the previous fixture, it was a superb game, and Fulham played us off the park in the first half. They were 2-0 up, and alike with our sort of earlier games in the season against Leicester, where we were 2-0 down, we found a way back into the game. And then we got done by Mitrovic header in about the 86th minute or something, which was a superb, delivery from across. So who knows? I mean, Fulham have been a complete revelation this season. I guess it'll be the best man to win, but I couldn't call it.
Are you paying for my dinner? Annie asked me to ask.
Well, I mean,
that's so cheap.
Annie, we're going very down market for a curry in a local place. So I think I can probably afford the sort of 2 and 6pence for that.
If I tell you what, if I'm not paying for the ticket, I'll buy you a dinner. That is the deal. Right, we're on the last ad break. Very, very quickly, Annie, do you want to give a little plug for your YouTube channel if anyone in the chat doesn't know about it?
Yeah, so it's just A.H. Robbins Talk on YouTube. Just general Bristol City stuff.
45-minute review on Nigel Pearson dancing with slow motion analytics, and then Annie holds the card up and yells 7 at the end. Now this is great because I get the Blue Monday podcast plugged right now, and I don't have to do it, Richard.
Yeah, Blue Monday ITFC chatting all things Ipswich Town, a little bit balanced, I think. We try not to go too partisan. We try to analyse stuff, and every now and then we have an excellent host on, and then sometimes I do it. So.
Yeah, the YouTube comments have been fun this morning, put it that way. And John, you plug our Patreon here, because if anyone in the chat wants to join on Patreon, you can come and get involved. Absolutely brilliant bunch. We do a roundtable each and every month. And you've probably got about 25 seconds because I can see Morgan Whittaker, John.
Well, it's brilliant. I would love some more Birmingham fans on the Patreon, so I'm not so alone, please.
There we go. And Pete, we'll likely see you in my match vlog, no doubt, next Monday. And he has frozen at a very inopportune moment there. So I'm going to say thank you to everybody. Do have a look at Patreon. Have a look at Annie's YouTube channel as well, A.H. Robbins. And, if you're a Barnsley fan or a Derby fan, Wednesday fan,
pretty
Plymouth
much
fan,
pretty even-handed, isn't it?
Bolton. Yeah, we're all even-handed. Right, we are heading over. Thank you, lads. I'm going to say goodbye to all of you, and we'll enjoy the second half. Thank you for giving up your time and your insight, and we would love other people to do so. Patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Thanks, guys. Right, the second half is off. Thank you very much to the Patreon gentlemen who just appeared there to give their insight at halftime. We're back in Swansea 1, Rotherham 0. We'll bang through the teams one more time, and then we'll get into the second half. Can Rotherham pick up where they were in the middle of the first half and get themselves back into the game? Swansea scored when they were on top. Rotherham, sadly, did not. Keep the chat going as well. Obviously, we haven't paid much attention to it while we've been doing the halftime roundtable, but let's get it moving again. There are your teams. We've got Hugel down at the moment. So Fisher in goal. Look, I think they went back to a back three in the end. So I think it's Wood, Cabango and Sorinola. No, sorry, Wood, Cabango and Latabodio as a three with Manning and Sorinola as the wing backs. Grimes, then an Allen, Pirro and Cooper playing off Morgan Whittaker. But we've been keeping an eye on that, put it that way. Rotherham, Johansson in goal. Peltier right, Humphrey, Shelder. Ogbene, Coventry, Fosu, Ferguson, Rathbone off, Jordan, Hugill up top. Thank you. Thank you for coming on, Anir. Miller's FFS score a goal. Dylan, 2-0 Swansea, I said. Well, you're halfway there. Dylan, get your thoughts in via the chat. Let's get it moving again after the half-time festivities. We are 46:53 on the clock. So we're just coming up 2 minutes in to the second half. Rotherham trying to re-establish some of the control they had in the first half before they went a goal down. But it's a Swansea throw-in the right back area. Sorinola is going to take. Being Swansea this year, if it goes 4-0, then I back Rotherham win. Don't know how to close out a game. Yeah, they have been a bit flaky at the end, haven't they? Too much stirring here. We know how to trigger the Bristol City fans, bless them, don't we? Rotherham have 0 points from a losing position. I'm not hopeful at all. That is not a good sign. Rotherham good once they get in front, but apparently Rotherham fans are telling us not good once they go behind. Next stream, I don't know when we'll stream next. Might be a Friday night game, might be a Sunday game. There won't be anything through the middle of this week. I won't be around the next 2 nights, but we'll figure something out and I'll tweet it out. Free kick comes in from I think it's Ferguson for Rotherham. It's cleared away by Pirro, and it's going to be a corner to Rotherham. I think flaky is a bit of an understatement. I was being nice, wasn't I? Good defending that actually by Pirro. And it's going to be a corner then to the Millers. Just going to come in left-footed into the near post area. Headed clear by Wood. Up in the air again. Grimes heads that one away. Probably could have brought that down and volleyed it clear, but he wasn't to know. Hjelde going down the left. I think Hjelde's a bit unlucky to be penalised for that, actually. Looked like, I reserve judgment until I see the replay, but that looked pretty much a 50-50 coming together there rather than any kind of foul. I could be wrong, but we'll have a look in a second. Swansea 12th in the home league table, Rotherham 22nd in the away team. Interesting. Love these streams. You're one of the only YouTubers who watch it. Reads the chat. There you go. We love it. Fisher comes out and clears his lines. Halftime chats are a fantastic addition. Excellent. Yeah, we will keep them going. Really enjoy them. Not only do I enjoy the guys' insight, but it's nice for me, actually. It's a long time talking, 2-3 hours in a row. There's cup games we've done where we get extra time and penalties. You're on for forever and a day, aren't you? God. It's ridiculous how we've managed to keep Grimes. I think John was saying that in the chat earlier. If you want to join the halftime chats, then have a look on Patreon. No, that's not being a horrible control freak, but obviously we have some kind of vetting process. We can't just put anybody on. Does anyone think Russ Martin will be Swansea manager come the start of next season? if you'd asked me before the transfer window closed, I'd have probably said yes. But as soon as I heard that, the chances dropped a significant amount. Manning knocks that one inside. Piru cleared away. Connor Coventry has been poor. A couple of all right set plays, hasn't it? But yeah, not necessarily been in the game as much as some other of the Rotherham midfield. Throw in then Swansea. Sorinola will take. Over to Pirro. Hoiked clear by Coventry. And here comes Fosu carrying it down the left, where he looks kind of more at home than he does in central midfield, maybe. Nice reverse ball. Ferguson pops the cross in. Oh, and it's into the back of the net, and Ogbene has scored. Yeah, everything stopped for a second there. He was just on his own in the middle of the box. Ogbene actually slipped over, and he was laying on his back when he poked it in to the back of the net. If anyone of the 22 players deserves a goal, it is Ogbene probably tonight. It's a weird one in the end. It's really well worked down the left, but then Ogbene kind of falls over on his back and pokes it in while he's laying down. It's really good from Fosu. Carries it down the line. Sorinola gets taken out of the game. Lovely cross by Ferguson. Bit of handsy play from Manning. And it's kind of more worried about kind of getting his body to body with Ogbene. Sky haven't given us a good angle yet. And Ogbene actually does brilliantly to quickly spring up off his backside and just poke that in with the outside of his right foot. And Rotherham are back in the game. Swansea 1, Rotherham 1. And if you felt that Rotherham were maybe unlucky to go in behind at half time, I suppose that resets that narrative now. And it's all square with 38 to play. And Ogbene's been, as we said a few times in the first half, certainly Rotherham's MVP, and certainly the MVP in the whole game for a 20-minute period until maybe Pirro, Allen, etc. took over. But yeah, nicely set up now. Swansea 1, Rotherham 1. Let's look at some of the comments. Get in. Our Rotherham fans are happy. If you want entertainment, don't make me play that clip again. My sheer awe at Adama Traore's biceps, hey? 1-1, game on. Get the hell in. Cat amongst the pigeons, very much so. What have we got here? Need someone else defends as bad as Blues. There you go. Good old Tariq. What a flick. Nice goal. 8th goal of the season. See, told you Rotherham haven't come from behind yet. Well, tonight. Oh, chasing through there was Whittaker, and referee Ward not interested in that one. He hit the deck. See if there was anything in that. I must admit, I didn't really see on first view. I think Whittaker's probably playing for it, isn't he? Kind of an arm there, and then he pulls it away, and, you know, I think he would have been harshly done to be pulled up for the foul there. Be careful though, right? Holding his arm out. I think he was more holding his arm out just to kind of hold his position there rather than, you know, any kind of shirt tug or pull back or anything like that. As soon as he grabs any kind of shirt, then you know the red card's coming out for that one, don't you? Pinball there. Linesman hasn't got a clue, but it's going to be a goal kick for... we're going to get another good look at this now. I mean, look, Wright is very much looking at Whittaker. I think what saves Wright is he doesn't actually grab him at any point, does he? He just kind of puts his arm out. There's no real pullback or anything of that nature. If he grabs any kind of shirt or any kind of arms, which is probably what Whittaker was expecting, then he's in trouble, isn't he? But I think the referee's got that one right. He went down easy. He's bottled it for me. Whittaker goes looking for it, only booking there for a dive. I'd leave Bailey Wright alone. 6 out of 10 dive. Yeah, it's an interesting one, isn't it? Interesting one, because there's the makings of a foul, but I don't think he quite fouls him, does he? In my humble opinion, all subjective. Other than does the ball go over the line or not, or is the player offside? And we still argue about that, don't we? So there we go. Out comes Joe Allen, who's playing his 7 millionth game tonight. That looks like Jay Fulton coming in. I think Oliver Ncham is coming in as well. Probably for Cooper, won't it? Surely they wouldn't take Pirro out. No, Manning. Here comes another change of shape then, maybe. We'll see who goes where. So Ncham and Fulton in. And I'll try and figure out what shape Russ Martin's going to go to now. Cooper takes the throw in. Has Cooper gone right wing back? We'll find out imminently. Looks like, is that Sorinola? Who got subbed out? We will figure this out very, very quickly, I promise. I say very quickly. Might take a minute or two. Excuse me. Cannot shake this lurgy. Cooper picks it up in the right wing-back position. And he gets caught. I think a yellow card's probably going to come out for that one. Not a clever tackle by Hjelde. Leaves one on Cooper. Oh, it's a bad tackle, that, isn't it? Definitely yellow card. Then we got 3 in the book now. Looks like 3-5-2. When you figure it out, let the Swansea players know. Well, I don't think they've changed shape, have they? I think they've just changed personnel. It was Manning and Allen went out, so Fulton is just covering. That's a foul on Ogbene. A free kick in a nice position. I mean, that's Ncham's first contribution there to pull down Ogbene outside the box. Getting a bit loose with the tackles here. Silly one by Ncham there. Or was he taking one for the team, knowing how good Ogbene's been today? Free kick in a decent position. So, yeah, Manning went out, didn't he? So I think it's just a case of Bodier's playing left wing back. I think Cooper has gone to play right wing back, and it's as you were then. So Cooper, his hole is now filled by Ncham. It's all very bloody confusing, isn't it, eh? Great area for a Shane goal. Free kick then, and Shane Ferguson. We've got a nice close-up of his face there. Does look like it favours a left footer, actually, to the commenter's point. Although Fosu is there as a right footer, hands on hips. Fisher is definitely tempting Ferguson to pick this over the wall. He's put it into the wall. Rathbone lobs it back in, looking for Hugel. Good header clear there. And Swansea are going to try and counter with Ncham, who knocks that one forward, and Cameron Humphreys knocks it home. Oof. Johansson got a bit lucky there. He was totally slipping as he cleared that. Could have gone absolutely anywhere, that. And then Coventry and Bailey Wright had the same ball. Goodness me. What a mess. What a muddle. Please, guys, do hit the thumbs up button. Thumbs up button looks like that, not like that, doesn't it? Really helps us out, climb the rankings on YouTube. Most importantly, though, keep the chat moving, keep the debate going. Give us plenty to talk about. Foul by Grimes now. Loads of fouls the last 4 or 5 minutes. Getting a little bit stop-start, a little bit narky. A little bit narky Wells. Don't worry, I won't do that again. Peltier. Oh, Bene wants to throw in early. Oh, that's hopeless. Rathbone heads it straight out of play. What do we got here? What's the news on Southend? 1.4 million. Oh, God. That is not good news. Rotherham have moved 6 points ahead of 26. That's a good point, actually, Anna. Should we bring up the live league table? Feels like I didn't do that on any of the goals. I mean, I say it feels like I didn't do it. I didn't do it for a fact. My bad. Right, here we go. So, Rotherham with a point. And remember what we said. Look at all those L's in the bottom half. It's not a bad point, but it's just such a big chance that they can get the win, isn't it, Rotherham? Are going on to 37. So it'll be 6 points clear. I think I was saying 9 earlier. Obviously, that would have been 8, not 9, wouldn't it? And Swans a little bit further up, going to go on to 43, missing the opportunity to get in to the top half. Oh, here we go. Edge of the box. And into the box goes Hugo, drives the shot. Grimes blocks. Saranola does well to take that off Ogbene. Saranola nicks inside. And here is Cabango. Fulton, who's not really gotten the ball since he's come on. And here's Cooper against Hjelde. Hjelde, of course, on a yellow card now after completely wiping out Cooper 5 minutes ago. Pirro, Grimes. Decent shape by Rotherham. Nice and narrow, nice and tight. Can Swansea play round them? Cabango. Cooper, Cabango. Sorry, it's Fulton to Cabango. Fulton again. Most important question of the night. Wrexham or Notts County? I think I know where that's going to go. Yeah, there you go. Oh, no, there is a Wrexham in there, Russell. Swansea, since that equalizer, have really lost their way. They have a little bit, haven't they? As a Rotherham fan, glad that Manning is of a lovely ball. RUFC for the goal, wasn't it? Real pass that nobody else saw other than him and Pirro. And then bang, clinical, 1-0. Fans are getting annoyed. Feels like there's another goal in this for Rotherham. It feels like there's another goal in it for someone, doesn't it? I'm not 100% it's Rotherham's goal. Hjelde and Cooper is a good battle. Hjelde wins this latest round. It's going to be a goal kick, 63-37 on the clock. Right, let's do a roll call. So I'll count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and just let me know the name of the team you support in the chat. So just literally write the name of the team you support so we can get a bit of a roll call who we've got in the chat. So I'll count down, name of the team you support. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. Roll call. Let's see which teams we got represented in the stream tonight. Hopefully as many different teams as possible, and hopefully some Rotherhams and some Swanseas in there as well. I'll let that roll a little bit because I can see it filling up. Brilliant stuff. And we'll see who we've got represented in the chat. We'll give a shout out to all of those teams. Barnsley, Leeds, Hull, Millwall, Huddersfield, Rotherham. John, you do not support Man City. Bristol City, Blades, Swansea, Ipswich, QPR, Leeds, Stoke, MK, Borough, Ipswich, Fulham, Blades, Rotherham, Blades, Leeds. Guys, I say this every time. Blackburn, Fenke's out, love it. I say this every time. It's so brilliant that we've got so many people represented in the chat, so many different clubs, fans of different clubs. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Keep your insight coming, keep the debate going. I love the community that we've built here. And here is Whittaker coming short. It's worked out to Cooper. I think Rotherham were just teeing up another sub, but I did the roll call instead. Doncaster Rovers. You love to see it. I thought you meant it was I supporting in the cup this week. Stop it. If that's true, that's tremendous. FC Groningen. Brentford. Lovely. Evening, Hamza. You just missed the roll call, but I know you support West Brom, so I'll give West Brom a shout out as well. Headed away by Wood. Oh, just toe-ended away from Grimes. Here's Ogbene. Ogbene slams the shot in. I suppose, given he's been their most dangerous player, you don't blame him for hitting that, but maybe, with the benefit of hindsight, a little slide into Fosu might have been, it did open up for him, to be fair. Not a good shot, I have to say. Did Rotherham make that sub? They haven't yet, have they? Ogbene on the right. Knocks that one back up the line. Coventry, floaty one into the channel. They try and make something. It wasn't a good ball by Coventry. Just kind of clipped it into the air, which wasn't too helpful for Ogbene and Rathbone trying to make something of it. When you watched Huddersfield in the playoffs last season, you expected them to crash and burn this much this season after missing out. I expected them to regress. I did not expect them to crash and burn the way that they have. It's been a horrible one. A Barnsley-esque fall from grace. He's still ready to go. It's Jamie Lindsay, who presumably is going to come in central midfield for Rotherham. FC Groningen is where we've got the legend. Dutch Mike. I can't do the voice. Millwall and Birmingham player. We're talking about Michael Kieftenbeld there. He loved the tackle, didn't he? And a yellow card. Tremendous stuff. Grimes. Saranola and Cham. Grimes. Saranola. It's really well worked down the left. Will he cross it? Yes, he will. Not a good ball. And Johansson tends to eat those up and grabs it for Rotherham. Really nice build-up, but just poor cross by Saranola. I think the Rotherham fan in the chat saying they missed Manning in that, or he's pleased that Manning went off. He had more quality in those areas. Regards from Brazil. You're very welcome, Fabiano. Are you doing championship predictions? Yes, we will do Marvin championship predictions. We'll probably film them on Wednesday and stick them out Thursday. We shall see. Is Lindsay on yet, Ian? He's not. He's been stripped and he's got his boots and pads and everything on, but he's just standing there with his training top on, ready to go. Ben, you think Sheffield United have a great chance to get promoted? Have a very good chance to get promoted if you look at the league table. Just need to bang out. Just need to be above average, don't they, for the rest of the season and not fall off. 1.7 points per game, 1.8. And that leaves Middlesbrough with needing to win a lot of games. We'll see, though. Stranger things have indeed happened. Fulton. Grimes. Latibodier. Crossed in by Saranola. He's just not got his radar, has he? Easy one for Johansson again. What's my opinion on John Dahl Thomason? Blackburn have been mightily confusing all season. I got to the point where I was like, nah, they're not very good. They're going to drop off. And now they're doing the exact opposite. And they look, they look like they're having another push for the playoffs. So, I don't know. Can't get a hold on Blackburn. But safe to say they're better than I thought they were. And John Dahl Thomason's, well, John Dahl Thomason's pedigree was good. We knew before he came. But the team's just been a bit confusing. Ooh, big coming together there. don't think. I think he's going to. Is he going to get away with that? Wood on the basis it was a collision, or was he endangering the opponent? Yeah, I think he's going to get a yellow card. Do you think Burnley are the best Championship club side in memory? It's a great question, Eugene, and it's not one we can answer until the end of the season. Unfortunately, they may well be in the conversation. I think. I don't think that's a ridiculous question now. Let's see. We need the context of how the league was and what they did across the entire 46. But I think they're going to be in the conversation. Yeah, they've been incredible, haven't they? So I can answer. I'll give you my opinion properly at the end of the season. Can they get 100 points? And then they're definitely in the conversation, aren't they? This is a feeling, a mirror image of the first half. Yeah, Rotherham need to turn the screw a little bit more, don't they? In comes the free kick, headed clear, and it got a lucky bounce there, and Cham's picked it up, and he's driving away with it. Good carry by Cham. Great tackle by Peltier. That was excellent. It was 36 or something, Peltier. Just tracked and Cham all the way over to the... Oh, he's not going to go down injured now, is he? Just holding his knee. Oh, no. That's really bad news if Peltier's hurt himself doing that. It was such a good bit of defending. Jamie Lindsay is coming on. Just seen Matt Taylor do that and that to Tariq Fosu as if to say a 2 and then a 1 in terms of a midfield 3 triangle. Which is what they were doing if you count Rathbone, who's about to come off. So whether that means 2 6s and an 8, whereas Rathbone was a bit of a 10, we'll see where Lindsay ends up. We've got to see whether Peltier is okay. Let's look at some more comments. Guys, keep them coming. Apparently the Lewis O'Brien saga. Blackburn wasn't. It's a strange one, that one. And there's 2 Forest ones as well that are being appealed and reviewed, aren't they? Toffolo to, was it Anderlecht? It's being looked at as well. Weird. Fulham last season were the best to watch, I think, but not that. Yeah, just dropped off, didn't they, John? We thought we were going to get our first 100 points, 100 goals team, but they got the 100 goals, but not the 100 points. Here comes Swansea down the left. Soranolu hasn't really had the final product the last 10 mins or so. Fulton back to Sorinola. I think Peltier might have to come out. We'll find out in a sec. Grimes. And Cham, tried to feed for Whittaker. Ferguson getting in there. Great play by Cham to slide that down the line. Cooper back to Cham. Nice. Not by Cham, puts the cross in, headed past the post by Pirro. Good chance that. Pirro got good power on the header. Johansson did seem to do that, but I think that might have been a bit wise after the event. I think that was closer than maybe thought. Let's have a look. Here's the angle from the hanging camera behind the goal. Maybe Johansson did have it covered, and maybe Pirro should have done better with that, actually, because he wasn't challenged. Right. Washington is in for Hugel, so there'll be no front 2. So fairly conservative from Matt Taylor, but you don't blame him because this point will do for Rotherham. I know a lot of people will come away from this saying, oh, they could have got all 3 from this one, but everybody else has lost this weekend, so it will do. Home road team is full and giving Appleton a job. Well, the Oxford job's open now, Ben, so I think he might end up there. Excuse me. First time joining a live. Who do you think is the best F1 driver of all time? No idea. Heinz Harald Frentzen. It's the most obscure name I can remember. Crossed in, cleared out by Bailey Wright. Ooh, a bit silly by Ferguson there. Turned into trouble. So it looks like the reshuffle from Rotherham means that Fosu is going to probably sit just ahead of Lindsay and Coventry, although they're doing defending at the moment. Maybe they are happy to take away a point from this one. Thought you'd say Lewis Hamilton, the British connection. Lewis Hamilton is the quite good. Well, where I live as well is Formula One land, where they do all the testing as well. I think, is Lewis Hamilton from Stevenage? He's from this way. I'm in Bedfordshire. Great carry by Benno. Slipped on Washington into the box. Can he get the shot away? Oh, no conviction from Washington. He just come on. Hit that first time left-footed. Give the keeper a decision. Oh, maybe he was just cold. Great carry again by Benno. Washington holds his run really well. He's well onside. Hit that now. Oh, one touch. And as PowerMed says, chance went begging. Just needed some conviction, that, didn't it? Peltier is going out. And that's such a shame because it was a really good chase back and slide in. He just bumped his right knee, did he? Unfortunately for Lee Peltier, Sky, and it was a close-up of it. Hopefully, that's just a bit of impact. Well, he did have a little feel of his hamstring, didn't he? So let's hope that's no more than a tweak. And he'll be okay in a couple of days. He's walking off and applauding. The Rotherham fans played well, actually, Peltier. Backing up Ogbene down that right-hand side for Rotherham. His father's got a gaff in Gerrard's Cross. There you go. When I used to work in Hayes, Wes Harding's in replaced Peltier, by the way. Every time I used to drive past the sign for Gerrard's Cross, I used to think of Steven Gerrard crossing the ball, literally every time. Georgie Kelly is in as well for Shane Ferguson. So maybe we'll get a front two from Rotherham here. This might just be 4-4-2 with Kelly and Washington up top. We'll see. Corner then for Rotherham. Kelly in now, Washington in, Lindsay in as well. In it goes. Oh, it's gone loose. Kelly. Oh, what a chance. Oh, he should have scored with his first touch. I mean, you've got to give Fisher credit. It was straight at him, but what a chance inside the 6-yard box for Rotherham. Oh, what an impact that would have been. Crikey. In it comes. Kelly tries to find space. Oh, he handballs it, to be fair. VAR would have rubbed that one out, wouldn't it? But we ain't got VAR in the Championship. Oh, anything in the corner and he scores that, doesn't he? Goodness me. Chance for Rotherham. They've had chances to win this game, haven't they? Ogbene on the right now. Can they keep the head of steam up? Anywhere but the keeper. Exactly that, Rich. Exactly that. Little scuffer. That's going right in the corner, isn't it? Rotherham look like they've got a bit of a new lease of life here. Here comes Hjelde down the left-hand side. He's in behind Kabango. Hjelde knocks it into the box. Fosu holds it. Has he got any support? Yeah, well played. Back it goes to Coventry. Right foot cross from Coventry. That is a dreadful cross. Just needed to pop that in there and ask the question. We're having a look at that Kelly chance again. In VAR land, it would have been ruled out, as I said, because it just hits his hand as he comes down. And we know you can't score straight after. Oh, hang on a minute. They did some weird thing where, no, you can score, but you can't assist, which is very weird, isn't it? But there you go. Anyway, it's no VAR, so if they hadn't seen it. Pirro crosses in, headed clear, and Lindsay helps it away. If this pace keeps up, we might get a good last 10 minutes here. Come on, Swansea, do Huddersfield a favour. Get back into it. Yeah, it's a good point, actually. They could do the bottom three sides a favour. if they can get the win. Oh, Pirro now coming into the box. Good slide. Oh, excellent from Bailey Wright. Does really well there. Oh, Fosu, lovely feet. And here comes the most obvious yellow card of the football season for Ben Cabango. And I know we'll get the debate straight away. The chat hate those tackles where Fosu had completely done Cabango there. And Cabango stops the counter-attack with a completely cynical foul. Look at that. He's done him, takes him out. And you guys always in the chat reasonably argue that we have the old denial of obvious goal-scoring opportunities. Proper orange card territory, that type of foul, isn't it? Right, Sorinola out. Cundall in. Sorinola has played both sides tonight, hasn't he? He was playing left wing back, so let's assume Cundall is going to land in that position. Free kick then to Swansea in the right back area. And yeah, for once, Swansea are going to move 15 metres up the pitch and knock this long. Swansea, the perfect example of a team trying to play like Man City, simply don't have the quality to do it. Oh, excuse me. For the bottom three, are locked in unless Colin does something ridiculous. Rotherham, the strongest side at the moment. If anyone's going to win this, it's the Millers. Russell, hopefully not famous last words for the Rotherham fans. They've played well tonight. Swansea have just been inconsistent even during the game. Had that really good spell when they scored, and just before they scored, Whittaker had missed that good chance. But they're fragile. As the chat pointed out, as soon as they conceded the goal, it was back in Rotherham's favour, wasn't it? Pirro flips that up in the air. Cooper and Cham heading out towards the right wing. And Cham, little step over. Fulton crosses right footed. It's not a good one. Whittaker's going to try and recycle it. It's good defending by Ogbene. Whittaker gets the touch. That's not a corner. Ref's given a corner. My first instinct was that came off Whittaker. I will reserve judgment until I see the replay. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. Let's have a look. Oh, no, fair dues. I'm wrong. Ogbene got the touch. He was just kicking behind him. Got it wrong. Hands up. Well played, ref. Corner then. Swansea. In it comes left-footed. Floaty to the back stick. Headed down by Wood. And, yeah, it's a big shirt tug there. Free kick goes Rotherham's way. Which teams would I currently predict to make the playoffs? Well, definitely Middlesbrough. And as you say that, Sky have flashed up Luton v Millwall. One of those two. And then probably two parachute teams. So you're talking West Brom, Watford or Norwich. That's where I am with it at the moment. Borough, Watford, West Brom, Millwall. There you go. Hamza's saying the same thing in different language. Timestamp, Ian, 84-17. It's still really there for a winner for either team. It doesn't have the... Sometimes we do games on here and 85 minutes we're like, oh, they've shaken hands on a draw here. That's not the case in this one. Rotherham have gone to the two up top. Cabango and Cham. Cabango. Wood. Fisher. Rotherham still trying to keep that pressing up that's been effective throughout the game. One back by Harding. Here's Ogbene. 1v1 with Latabodier. Well played, Ogbene, who's probably my man of the match, but we'll leave that a couple more minutes. Yeah, some more playoff shouts in there. There's one in the channel headed away. Grimes trying to make the play. Cundle, I don't think we've mentioned him. Swansea just haven't been able to build attacking momentum. Fair play, Rotherham. Evening, Steve. Good point for Rotherham if they can hold out. Plenty of times tonight, Steve. We thought they could have had all three, but I do agree with you. It's going to be a good point if they do get it, given everyone else in the bottom 10 has lost, haven't they, this weekend? Nice feat by Humphreys there. Nice feat by Fosu until he gets tackled. And Cham, Pirro, Cundle. Cundle out to Whittaker on the left wing. In goes the cross. Under duress, Whittaker sticks it out for a goal kick. 86-22. Millwall v West Brom playoff final. You think Watford v Luton in the playoff final would be fun? Or Millwall v Luton, that'd be a good ruck, wouldn't it? Tremendous. And we know it is Luton v Millwall tomorrow night in the Championship. Keep your eyes on that. A big boot down the ground by Johansson. Kelly tries to head it on. 69% possession and one shot. Is that where we're at? Let's bring the numbers up, actually, as we go into the last couple of minutes. You get one more sub, by the look of it, for Swansea. Looks like Liam Cullen is going to come in. Crikey, look at the XG now. 1.85 to 0.63 in Rotherham's favour. 65-35 on the possession. Double the shot count in Rotherham's favour. The score is Swansea 1. Rotherham 1, 87-32. On the clock. Oh, goodness me. Free kick went in there, and from the edge of the box, a complete swing and a miss by Joel Latipodia. And for a second there, I thought, is that going on target? Wow. Got his techers all wrong there, didn't he? So, has Swansea not had a shot in the second half? Is that right? Goodness me. Corner to Rotherham, who, according to the stats in the chat, have had all the attacking intent in the second half. In comes the corner, headed away. Lindsay tries to get there, coming together. Ogbene pulls that down on the right wing, does well. Ogbene, reverse ball there, completely overhits. Oh, excuse me, it wasn't Ogbene, it was Fosu. Completely overhits it and out it goes. Oh, beg his pardon. I was wrong on 2 counts there, dearie me. It's going to be a throw-in. So Liam Cullen is going to come in for the last sort of 90 seconds plus stoppage time for Matt Grimes, interestingly. Grimes out, Cullen in. At this moment now, Russ Martin's tried at least 5 different shapes and strategies during this game, if you add them all together. And it's going to be a long throw-in. Coming in from Wes Harding. Can they get first contact on this, Rotherham? Referee Ward just having a word on the near post. In it comes. Pirro heads it up in the air. Ogbene heads it down. Nothing doing. Fisher's got it in goal. 89-45. Guess the stoppage time quickly. You got 13 seconds. I think there'll be 6 minutes probably, won't there? 5 or 6? Yes, Hamza, you beat me to it. The fake news sin bin has just been utilised. We'll see if our friend lasts the stoppage time, which is indeed 5 minutes. Cabango knocks that in to Latabodier with 30 seconds into 5 minutes of stoppage time. Is there a winner in this game? Slid down the line. Swansea playing a bit of keep ball now as the first minute of stoppage time ticks down. And that's won by Hjelde. Hjelde got fouled as he was trying to play that. Quite a clever foul, actually. It was Cooper who got caught. Free kick to Rotherham. I'll say what I said for the long throw. Going to get first contact? Well, no, because it was a dreadful free kick straight through to Fisher, who throws out quickly to Ncham, who releases to Cooper, who's going to try and run his man. Hjelde, he's played well, actually, the Leeds loanee left back. Just stands his ground. I think Cooper was wanting to be fouled and he was having none of it. But it's going to be a throw in to Swansea. 92:05 on the clock. 1-1. And Cham crosses left-footed to the near post. Oof. I think Bailey Wright got something on it. He had his back turned when he cleared it. Lindsay gets it the rest of the way away. Cabango 50-50. Shot driven in by Fulton. It's all a bit messy, but it's out to Ncham on the right wing, who crosses back stick, headed up in the air by Ben, and there's a foul in the middle of the box. 92:37 on the clock. Got 5 minutes of minimum stoppage time. And we've now played 3 of them. Swansea 1, Rotherham 1. Excuse me. Coventry wins it in midfield. Oh, everyone's getting in each other's way. Got a lucky bounce there. And Coventry has now fed it to Ogbene on the right wing. Ogbene sticks the cross in near post, headed out. Wondered where he could have made the run into the box there, Ogbene, but far be it for me to criticise him. Let me know your man of the match. I suspect we'll get most of the votes for Ogbene, who has been excellent. Let me know if you've got any other. Basically, let's frame it differently. Any other shouts other than Ogbene for man of the match, throw them in the chat. And Cham, Wood, Latabodier, Cundall, Fulton, Bailey Wright, he's played well, actually gets a foot in there. And here's a counter now. 1 minute of stoppage time to go, and Ogbene is powering forward. I don't think he's going to pass it this time. Ogbene into the box, driven shot, great block by Joel Latabodier. Knocked down the line again. He's offside, isn't he, Ogbene? We'll have to see that one back. Puts the cross in, corner. Maybe the centre. I couldn't see the centre halves in the shot, but he looked like he was offside then. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. Joel Pirro, Hjelde, man of the match, Stroud, yeah. Hjelde, Ferguson, Peltier. Yeah, some good performances, mainly from Rotherham players, to be honest. Sky showing Ogbene's goal, so I assume Courtney has given Ogbene the man of the match. We'll see if they put a graphic up. Corner. We've played the 5 minutes minimum stoppage time. It goes to the back stick, headed down, kneed up in the air. Fosu heads down again. Needed to loop that back across. Good header by Whittaker there. Beats Lindsay in the air. And referee Ward blows the whistle. Swansea 1, Rotherham 1. Let's go straight to the league table. Look, in terms of Rotherham, yes, it's a game they probably could have won. But given what else has happened this weekend, look at all the L's on the right-hand side. They'll take it. I think they've gone away. They've got a draw. It's 37 points. It's a 6-point gap. I think they'll take that, Rotherham. And for Swansea, they had the chance to get into the top half. And they didn't take it today. I think the story of the match, Rotherham could have led after 45 seconds. Ogbene hit the post, bit of a feeling out. Then I would say Rotherham were on top from pretty much 18 to 35. Swansea then were good for about 10 minutes and created a 1v1 and scored a very good goal. Rotherham scored into the second half fairly early and probably were the better side. And when you look at the attacking numbers, they certainly were probably the more likely to win. Let's have a look. Oh, if you want to get banned, put hashtag teams like Rotherham. We don't have such ridiculous reverse snobbery on our channel here. No, I'm not at the Kenny tomorrow, Stephen. It was either this tonight or that one. So unfortunately, this was the one. Good point for Rotherham. Good point for the Millers. The head-to-head guest got this spot on. Great point for Rotherham. Any positive result away from home is a good result. 2-point shots for Rotherham. Won't have an easy game to take 3 points this season. Been a great stream again. Ben, pleasure to be on. Thank you for joining us. Rotherham, very much welcome point. Good point. 68 passes per shot for Swans compared to 13 for Rotherham. Well, there you go. Bottom three loss. Rotherham had a free hit. You can call it a free hit, Russell, but you can also call it a big opportunity if you can get the win. Can't you? Cheers for a cracking live stream. Thank you, Yossa. Do you think you'll ever do a Who's Going Down video for League One? Possibly. Predicted 1-1 yesterday. Nice. Got my predictions spot on. There you go. Wigan. Oi, oi, oi. Thank you, Ian. Thank you, Rich. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for all the guys who joined us at halftime. Silver Surfer. Thank you. Coventry City fan. Power Mad. Thank you. Do I think Rotherham will stay up? I said no maybe like 5 days ago, and I'm already regretting that, actually, the way it's gone this weekend and having watched a couple of things. So I changed my mind all the time. It looked solid tonight. They looked good. Maybe Swansea were a bit naff in the game for bits of it, but maybe I need to change my mind again, and maybe it is that bottom three that's destined for the drop. We will see. Thank you, X-Ben, Stephen, Hamza. We'll even thank the Sin Bin Sheffield Wednesday fan. There we go. Right, thank you everybody for watching tonight. We'll be back with a pre-record probably tomorrow or Wednesday, and the predictions maybe on Thursday. Thank you for all your support. Hit like before you go, and hit subscribe if you haven't already. It's Swansea 1, Rotherham 1. We'll see you all